Mwah! Yes! What a show. What a show. Asuka, new women's champion. I can't believe it. I thought it was going to happen. I was hoping it was going to happen. But when it actually happened, honestly, this show, I couldn't sit down. It wouldn't let me sit down. There was not a weak match on this show. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And there's a new women's champion in Asuka. Bayley, though, look, before we move on, Bayley, I saw a side of Bayley tonight that I hadn't seen before. She was doing submission holds and reversals and even striking on a level that I didn't know she could do. You forget the huggable one. Forget this nice girl that's done good and, got a nice victory over Sasha and all that kind of stuff. This girl is a threat. She tore Asuka apart at times. Asuka was a mess. I definitely would like to see a rematch again with these two. It would be absolutely fascinating. But for tonight, a new queen is crowned. And Asuka is the NXT Women's Champion, and I could not be happier. In fact, this whole event, there's no way you're going to hear a bad review of this event. The whole thing from start to finish was loads of 2 counts, loads of reversals and striking and high spots and memorable moments. Probably the pinnacle was Nakamura, Sami Zayn. That match it's a classic. Nakamura's entrance was just it was engaging. I was completely immersed. Even it's just these little touches, these little mannerisms. You never know what the guy's going to do. For a guy of his size, he is agile. He is agile. 1 minute he's staring Sami in the eyes, and next second he's kicking him in the head. Just brilliant. As I say, that match probably summed up better than any. The reversals, the striking, the close counts, the false finishing, the high spots, like the Blue Thunder Bomb was I thought it was done at that point. I really did. He caught it perfect. It was beautiful. Just missed the hell of a kick as well, and it's just like constant. It's like, what's coming next? There's action happening outside the ring, inside the ring. It was phenomenal. And we need to talk about American Alpha. We need to talk about the fact there's new tag champions as well. I didn't think it would happen. I honestly thought the Revival were going to keep the titles. I thought that Alpha would get them eventually, but maybe the second time of asking or something like that. But this match, no match on the card was probably as fast-paced as the opener. It was perfect for being the opener. I was worried that Soft weren't on the card, Enzo and Big Cass, because they normally open these kind of shows because they just know how to work these opening matches, but God, they just weren't missed at all. And that's no disrespect to them. That is just, they weren't missed, because American Alpha and the Revival put on, for me, one of the best tag team matches, non-gimmick. Straight away you think back to that ladder match at WrestleMania when you think of great tag team matches, but this has got to be one of the best non-gimmick, just team versus team, non-stipulation tag match I've ever seen. I honestly rate it that highly. It was phenomenal. It was just brilliant. That's that spot where they had, Jordan and Gable grabbed Dash and Dawson. They were like face to face, and then they did double Germans on them, and it was brilliant. Jordan can fly. The man can actually fly. I remember tweeting Air Jordan because he got that high when he was doing his drop kicks. It was brilliant. The end was brilliant. Gable getting the pin. As I say, I didn't expect it, but I could not be happier for them. That then led us into Austin Aries against Baron Corbin. This was probably the weakest match on the card, but it would still steal the show at WrestleMania, I feel. It was solid. It was a David and Goliath story. and Goliath was getting the better of the match. Few moments for Austin Aries. I remember him delivering, I think it was a double axe handle to the back of the head on the outside. That was a nice little spot, and I know that he got deep sixed on the outside, 9 count, and then there was a end of days that was reversed into a roll-up pin, and that's how Aries got the victory. It wasn't a cheap victory, but I can't say it made Austin Aries look like a future title contender. He got battered. This did more for Corbin than it did for Aries, but it was still a great match. Just on a night that was phenomenal. It was just great. Next, Nakamura against Zayn. We've already briefly spoken about. The crowd for this were on their feet. Constant, this is awesome chants, this is wrestling. Some people cheering for Zayn, some people cheering for Nakamura. It had not a big fight feel, it had a huge fight feel. You have to watch this match if you've not seen it yet. It was phenomenal. Solid start, and it just built. It built and built and built. It is an absolute clinic. For me, a 5-star. But we'll see what will come back from the reviews. Following that, we had obviously Nakamura wins as well. Following that, we had Asuka Bayley, which we've spoken about, and I couldn't be happier. Asuka lock, Bayley passes out. Referee ends it, and crowd, a lot of Bayley fans in there, so Asuka didn't really get like the heroes response that American Alpha got when they won the tag titles earlier in the night, but doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure she heard me screaming, so she knows that she's got her fans. It was brilliant, and I gotta be honest, the moment of the whole night for me came in the final match. Well, obviously Asuka winning was the moment for me, but in the final match, Joe, when he gets cut open and he picks Balor up and literally hurls him to the ground, but on top of a security guard, and we need to know if that security guard's all right, because he's got a family, damn it. It was brutal, but I mean, like, Joe had cut his eye open at the start of that, the blood all coming down. Just didn't know where to look. He didn't know what was going on. Honestly, I was trying to send tweets out, and I was looking up, and something different was happening. The match was being stopped and started, so they could get treatment to his eye. They were kicking each other in the head. It was action on the outside. It was fast paced. It was brilliant. The only thing I don't know coming out of this is I don't know where Joe goes from here. I mean, I've heard he goes to Raw, but I suppose he needs to, because I don't see how he's going to be able to get back for another title match. That's 2 he's lost now, and it's definitely time for Balor to move on to someone new. That person probably being Baron Corbin, I'd imagine. Even though he lost to Austin Aries, he's probably the most established heel on the card. Now that, if Joe has left. Balor came out anyway with what I thought was a leaf blower. I wasn't really into Balor's entrance. I was into his ring attire. The bits of blue on his trunks and everything were fantastic. Really stood out. His body paint wasn't as strong as what we've seen before. Like, there wasn't really anything on the back, but to tell the truth, it didn't need it. The blood that was pouring down Joe's face, it really, I think it was the first thing they did was clash heads and bang, blood everywhere. Oh God, I don't know if I'm getting it across, but this was just phenomenal from start to finish. But you just don't need me to tell you that. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I just don't see how. I mean, WrestleMania's screwed. It's absolutely screwed. There's no way it follows this. I don't know how anything follows this. And there was no Elias Sampson as well, so we didn't even have to suffer that. We didn't have to suffer any of his crap songs. Regal, Triple H, Robbie Brookside, anyone that works there at NXT, well done. Well done. You knocked it out the park. Out the park. I will. Well, I mean, I do want to do a review on this, a proper review, and you know, I need to go back and watch it all again. This is obviously just my gut feelings to it all. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to tell the truth. I mean, this is just the start. We've got Hall of Fame tomorrow, which one is the video on WrestleMania after that and Raw after that, and it's non-stop. The best advice I can give you is just go back and watch this again, or if you've not seen it, watch it, because you really have missed out if you haven't seen it yet. But it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Cool. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK. I really do appreciate you watching these as well. You know, I just want to take that second to say thank you to you, because it means a lot to me. It really does. So you know, thanks. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, it'd be wicked if you did, because I've got more videos on the way, and well, we've only just begun on this WrestleMania weekend, so hopefully I'll see you again next time. New women's champion, new tag team champions, Balor retains, no Elias Sampson. Bye for now.